Hey guys, it's me Shane. If you're a new person here, I tend to do video reviews, usually of anime or movies, things that deal with sci-fi or fantasy. And one of the things that I've been meaning to do is Star Wars: The Mandalorian. Well, I just so happened to last week binge watch all of season two. I already know I'm already familiar with season one, and I watched Friday's episode probably a couple hours ago, just trying to digest it. And I am going to do my best to give you a quick recap of everything that led up to this very episode. And as a test to myself, I'm gonna try not to make this too long. But yeah, let's see how we do because I'm actually very excited to talk to you guys about this. So I got a little bit of notes right here. I'm just gonna try to make sure I keep up. So, by the way, spoilers if you're not up to date with anything or if you don't even watch these kind of videos, but just gonna let you know spoilers. So, season two, episode one. Mando with the child, he's quickly trying to find other Mandalorians so he can find Jedi, so he can get Baby Yoda with his kind, so they can help teach him about his powers and find a place for him to belong. After a very cool scene in a bar, he goes to Tatooine, where he's heard about somebody who wears Mandalorian armor. He ends up running into a guy who is wearing a fan favorite armor, Boba Fett, but it is not Boba Fett. It is a person who he ends up helping kill a giant sand dragon while getting the people of a town to team up with the Tusken Raiders. After going back to an old friend with some dragon meat in tow, she sets him up to get a frog lady. This is season two, episode two now, with a frog lady who has a clutch of eggs that needs to be fertilized by her life mate on a watery dock planet somewhere out there in the cosmos. The woman frog lady does not speak any English, so there's a bit of language barrier there. One of the running gags is that Baby Yoda was eating the eggs. A lot of outrage against it. By the way, just please watch the episode. They aren't babies, they're just eggs that need to be fertilized, and she's at the end of her life cycle, and so is her life mate. Anyway, after fighting some icy spiders and going through a lot of treachery and having to try to avoid some rebel patrolmen, they get through the episode, and in the next episode, season three, he finds himself on the watery planet and is trying to find tips on finding other Mandalorians. He is tricked by some people as his ship is being repaired by the Mon Calamari. Think Admiral Akbar, his people. They try to trap him and take his armor. He is soon graciously saved by three Mandalorians, and one of the Mandalorians being Bo-Katan from Star Wars Rebels. She also informs Mando that the sect that he's part of is called the Death Watch. The Death Watch don't believe in taking off their helmets and no one ever seeing their faces. She is looking for Moff Gideon, our main villain throughout the entire series, who has the dark saber, as you saw at the end of season one. I told you there's a lot of spoilers. So Mando is going to help her to get a ship that has these weapons on it as she tries to find Moff Gideon. After he helps her and they develop some type of bond, this episode also guest stars Mercedes Valeris, aka Sasha Banks. So, all you wrestling fans. Anyway, she gives him the coordinates to meet with a Jedi called Ahsoka Tano, fan favorite from the Clone Wars 3D animated series once Disney took over. So, Mando gets the child. They go to this other planet, but we quickly see that Ahsoka is trying to free the people from a tyrannical ruler who she also has her own inner turmoil, but is just a straight up a-hole. Excuse me. Comes there, meets with the person that's in charge. They believe that he's just a bounty hunter, and they commission him to go and take care of Ahsoka. He ends up meeting with Ahsoka, who uh, through some type of Jedi heart to mind melding technique, finds out that Baby Yoda's real name is Grogu, or Grogu. I think it's Grogu. Grogu explains that she doesn't want to train him because he has a lot of fear of being separated with Mando, but Mando is basically a father figure for him, and he wants him to get trained. So what ends up happening is they make a barter. He helps her. She tells him where to go to help Grogu. Of course, they succeed. Watch this episode. really great. They succeed, and she informs him of a faraway place to go so that Baby Yoda can focus on the Seeing Stone. But before we get to the Seeing Stone, Boba Fett's ship is in bad repair. The Mon Calamari didn't even do a good job of repairing it when he was on that watery planet. So he goes to meet up with some old friends, including Cara Dune, who's played by I know her first name's Gina. I can't remember her last name. Forgive me. Just trying to get through this. Meets up with her and his old friend, played by Carl Weathers. Can't remember his name. Sorry, guys. They end up taking down, like, there's like a small outpost that apparently the Empire's still there. So while his ship's getting repaired, he's helping his friends take that down. They soon find out that Moff Gideon is not dead, and once the deed is done and they've taken these guys down on this lava planet, he takes off, goes to this other planet where the Seeing Stone is. It takes not Baby Yoda, Grogu. It takes Grogu enough time to try to become one with it. He's supposed to send off a signal to all other Jedi within the universe, within the galaxy, and he's going to make his determination of whether he wants to be a Jedi or whether he just wants to remain with Mando, our hero. Well, during this time, Mando is met by a familiar face. He's met by Fennec, played by Ming-na Wen, who was thought to be dead in the first season, but apparently she was saved by Boba Fett. Boba Fett is trying to convince Mando to give him the armor that was his. Boba Fett looks kind of scarred up from that Sarlacc pit. Well, it turns out that Mando was followed because while his ship was getting serviced, someone put a tracker inside of it, and now they have been followed and been found. Well, Boba Fett, and Fennec doing their best to keep these guys at bay while trying to go get Grogu. Well, unfortunately, even though Boba Fett does get his armor back, fortunately, Grogu was captured by, I believe they're called Death Troopers or Dark Troopers. So, and Mando's ship gets blown up, but he did retrieve a Beskar spear that he was given as payment to kill Ahsoka, but Ahsoka gave it to him in tow because it belonged to him anyway. After finding a connection with Boba Fett, that Boba Fett's father, Jango Fett, was a foundling, much like Mando's self, he allowed him to keep the armor because it was rightfully his. Boba Fett promises that he will help Mando, him and Fennec will help Mando get back the child because that was also part of the deal. And now we get to this episode. Towards the end of the last episode, Mando went back to Cara Dune to get her assistance with freeing Mayfeld. Mayfeld is played by Bill Burr, who was put away by Mando after he allowed him to get captured by the rebel forces. Also, Cara Dune is now a marshal of the Rebel Alliance, which is pretty dang cool. And throughout this episode, they go and get Mayfeld. Mayfeld and Mando kind of have a bit of a bonding moment where he explains that everyone has their own rules, but when things start getting tough, they are willing to bend those rules more or less. And he sees a connection between him and Mando because Mando switches from wearing his Beskar armor that he's never supposed to take off per his Death Watch bond and switches into a stormtrooper outfit because they are trying to get the coordinates to Moff Gideon. And only Mayfeld, who was in the Empire, is able to know how to extract that information. Well, after they are carrying this very explosive material that's being mined on this planet that the Empire has just taken over, they fight through some pirates. They get to where they need to go. And unfortunately, someone that Mayfeld has served under might remember his face. So Mando he's very desperate to get the kid back. He wants to get Grogu back. Takes off his helmet. We see Pedro Pascal's very handsome face. Ding! And he gets the coordinates himself. Unfortunately, he doesn't really know how to speak to Imperial generals, but Bill Burr comes in and saves him. They have a drink, and Bill Burr reveals that he was on a place called, I believe it's called Cinnabar Tower or something of that nature. Pardon me, Star Wars fans, if I'm messing it up. I usually take extreme notes, but I really wanted to pay attention to the episode, so this is all coming from my memory. He was involved in an incident where that general just decided to nuke everything, and it killed everyone, civilians, the friends that Mayfeld were with, and he just happened to make it out alive, and he took big offense to it. And while him and Mando were looking back and forth, he does end up shooting and killing guy, reasoning that he saw your face, he had to die anyway. They're trying to shoot their way out. They have Cara Dune and Finnick on snipers, taking care of everyone on the outside as they make their way out. Boba Fett swoops in order to get them both because they found what Moff Gideon was. And before they can completely take off, Mayfeld, who it was revealed through that Imperial General that he served under and finally killed, that they were going to use the load that him and Mando brought in to cause a devastation that was like 10 times what he had already been through. And the Imperial General, he didn't make it hard to not want to kill him. He was saying that people think they want freedom, but what they really want is order. Of course, apparently Mayfeld is a perfect shot because he takes aim, fires, and causes a huge explosion. Well, because of the great things that he did, because he wants to be able to sleep at night, Cara Dune and Mando decide to tell the rebels, the rebel police that is in charge of him, because they gave him custody of Mayfeld, that he died in the fight. And there you go. He's a free man now. They go off, and at the end, we see that Mando has sent a message to Moff Gideon, telling him exactly what Moff Gideon said to him at the season finale of the first season, that he has no idea what Baby Yoda slash Grogu means to him. And I think we're going to see a very, very interesting next episode. I don't know if the season's going to wrap up with the next episode or the episode after that, but I'm all for it. And there you go. There's the wrap up. Um, Pretty hard for me to rate these because I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoy this series as a whole. This show is made by Jon Favreau, basically one of the fathers of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's a guy that has been wanting to make a Star Wars series for a long time because he loves Star Wars, and it is very apparent that he cares about not only the franchise but his series. So much love has gone into this. We have ties from Clone Wars, from prequels, from original trilogy to Rebels to all sorts of things. Even the novels, because General Thrawn was mentioned somewhere. I believe in episode 4 of season 2. I believe he was mentioned. Just fantastic. This episode was really good, especially on the emotional, fleshing out the character of Mayfeld, making it not feel like he's a complete nerf herder and he's a decent guy. I really do hope to see him again. I was kind of hoping they would have kept him as part of the team because he's a good shot. You're going to have 3 sharpshooters on that team, and you're going to need a lot of people to take care of Moff Gideon. So, yeah, but I have a feeling we might see Bo-Katan somewhere again meeting up with Mando. And I'm actually questioning if Mando's going to stay loyal to the Death Watch and join Bo's version of the Mandalorians. The ones that don't care if you take your helmet off. It's all about your word, your honor, your bond, doing the right thing. So, yeah, guys, that is the Mandalorian thus far and current. Um, just to be fair, I'm gonna say all the way up until now, everything for me has been either it's been a 5. I hate to say it. I was gonna say 4.5. I can't really see any flaws in anything I've seen. The season's really great. I'm gonna get you a little bit of news with some of the time I got left. Mandalorian has been confirmed to get another season. I don't know when they're gonna have time to film, given the global situation we're going through, but I'm hoping that this show probably wraps up around, if not next season, maybe season 4. You don't want to go too much into Mandalorian. You don't want to have it overstay its welcome. But there has been some confirmed things, especially with Disney had a shareholders meeting last night, or should I say a shareholders presentation during the Game Awards, which I should make a whole separate video about later. Excuse me, and has confirmed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 different things that are coming into the Star Wars universe on Disney Plus and with movies. I won't count the Mandalorian. I'll say 10. And these shows are Rangers of the New Republic, an Ahsoka Tano show, Andor show, well, Andor movie, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they've confirmed that Hayden Christensen will be coming back as Darth Vader. The Bad Batch, which is the Clone Wars 3D show about the very renegade batch of clones. I think we're going to see Order 66 in here too. Star Wars Visions, no clue what that could be about. A Lando Calrissian show, which is either young Lando with Donald Glover or old Lando with Billy D. Williams. Kind of hope it's a. Someone was saying it could be a mix where we get flashbacks and things. That would be nice too. Star Wars Acolyte, which I think might be about Darth Plagueis, how he slowly became Darth Sidious. I'm really interested in what Star Wars Acolyte might be. Star Wars A Droid Story, which could be about anything. There's tons of droids that people love. And Star Wars Rogue Squadron. That movie is done by the woman who wrote and directed Wonder Woman. So Disney Star Wars got her. I wish I remembered her name off the top of my head, but she did a great job with Wonder Woman. She's gonna do a great job with this. Off the bat, a lot of people don't like it when Star Wars has just mostly Jedi and Sith things. I personally love lightsaber battles, so I'm all in when it comes to Jedi, Gray Jedi, Sith, all that other stuff. I'm hoping that maybe John Favreau can do like a Old Republic style trilogy, something that is so far removed from the Skywalker series that you can take risk and that you can do things and that you can borrow from the old stories from the extended universe that there was before Disney had it and just make things great. I'm still crossing my fingers for that one. But a lot of these shows, they aside from Obi Wan uh, Ahsoka, they're about the other things within the Star Wars universe. They're about the war. They're about the people who are on the ground or in the air fighting or in space fighting and trying to figure out what happened. So, and I think Acolyte might be about the Sith, but we'll find out as more things arrive. So, guys, tell me, do you love The Mandalorian? If you do, who's your favorite character besides Baby Yoda slash Grogu? Are you excited about this news of 10 other shows slash TV shows slash movies? Are you excited for that? I know I am. Have you caught up with the season yet? I hope you have if you're watching this because I told you I got spoilers. So, guys, as always, I thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified of more videos like this. Please remember to share the video. We want other people to see these, and that way we can get to 100 subscribers by January. Ooh, yeah, that's the goal. So, once again, thank you. Be good, be blessed. Wear a mask, wash your hands. Black Lives Matter, and I will definitely see you next time.